Okay, first up, Lisa Vanderpump's son-in-law, Jason Sabo, has been named in a new sexual harassment lawsuit. So according to Reddit, a sales manager at Palm Bay International has filed a lawsuit against Palm Bay International, claiming that it was a toxic and sexist work environment. And one of the allegations listed involves Jason Sabo, who's married to Pandora, who's Lisa Vanderpump's daughter. So it's Lisa Vanderpump's son-in-law. So we saw him when they were planning their wedding on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and they just recently had a baby, and that's when Lisa Vanderpump became Nanny Pinky. So he also helps to run Vanderpump Rose. Well, this sales manager is claiming that he told her that he was, or I don't know if he said this to her specifically or he made her feel like this, but that he was considered a celebrity and was pressuring her to have sex with him. There were also allegations in blind items posted back in like 2021 regarding cheating rumors and divorce rumors between he and Pandora, including like a rumor that he was fooling around with one of her friends. He's a cute guy. I do want to reiterate, allegations don't necessarily implicit guilt, but allegations should always be taken seriously. So we're going to look at both sides of this. If there were ongoing cheating rumors, I feel like, okay, maybe there's a little bit of truth to this, but, you know, what was it? Was it just like some inappropriate flirting? Did he really tell her, have sex with me? I find it odd that, you know, he used his celebrity to get laid, because I don't think he's an actual celebrity, nor I'm not even sure he believes he's a celebrity, because he's not on any television shows at the moment. He was barely on Beverly Hills. He's barely currently active on social media. It's not like he's booking all sorts of endorsement deals. He's not promoting Fit Tummy Tea anywhere. So it's like, what is the celebrity? Like, where is the luster? Just because he's married to Pandora? Because Pandora is not really a celebrity either. Her mom is a reality star. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he like flirted with this woman, right? Like probably, you know, he's clearly looks like he's got a big ego, looks a little pompous, but I feel like the celebrity part is a little bit exaggerated. Now, let's also talk about the toxic work environment, because like, what does that mean exactly? Toxic, I feel like, is such an overused buzzword that's pretty subjective per person. Like what I consider toxic and what somebody else considers toxic these days can be two completely different things and can have two completely different effects. Naturally, everybody has a right to, they're entitled to their own feelings, but that doesn't necessarily make your feelings entitled enough to win a settlement in a lawsuit, right? Because there's some pretty strong accusations. And, you know, from what I've read, other than, you know, it was toxic, they're big accusations, but other than the accusations of like it being toxic and this one guy wanted to sleep with me, it doesn't really seem like the accusations hold a ton of weight, and I feel horrible saying that. But the hard part is, especially when it comes to anything remotely related to Lisa Vanderpump, there's so many frivolous lawsuits, and with frivolous lawsuit claims, how do you take them all seriously? It seems like, especially here in the States, you can sue anybody for anything. That's why when people come to me with new housewives lawsuits or housewives, you know, tax issues or whatever, like they sound a lot more scandalous in a headline rather than the reality of it or the weight of it. Like look at the Gwyneth Paltrow case for a great example with the ski collision back in 2016. Or the person that tried to sue her for what they claim was their vagina candle exploding that they bought on Goop. Or the woman that sued Sir, claiming that she had to be immediately hospitalized for 3 days after shitting herself at Sir because the cream sauce gave her food poisoning. Like, these accusations and the claims are so grandiose, and I feel like when there's a celebrity or there's somebody that seemingly has money, people want to go after them with these frivolous claims. Like, look at the Gwyneth Paltrow case. They literally went to trial for 2 weeks only to find out that the guy was totally lying. And like, it was just, there was no way he like fudged some of the details. Like, it was a blatant lie. I think he believes his lie, but doesn't make it actually true. No. So it's sad that I feel like I've become so skeptical of things like this, but people literally make up and exaggerate things all the time when it comes to money. If they want money, they'll do whatever they got to take to get their money. So the court documents against this company from this woman, from this sales manager, the court docs claim, during a night out in Florida, Jason and this woman went to dinner, had some wine. Jason proceeded to invite her to his hotel room with some pressure that he was considered a celebrity and that she would be privileged to go out with him. So they had dinner and drinks. She then gets invited up to his hotel room. The pressure to engage with Jason was expected each time he came to the market to work, except when Lisa Vanderpump or Jason's wife Pandora was with him. So she's technically a colleague. So what does pressured to engage with him mean? By whom? Who was pressuring her and what was the pressure? It's very vague. And I don't think we have any clear outlines of what that pressure was or who that pressure came from. Who pressured this woman to hang out with this guy? Listen, I'm sure he's a flirt, probably does cheat on his wife, makes him a terrible person, but doesn't necessarily make him in violation of any laws. I mean, or does it? I mean, it continues by saying, on or about January 8th, 2018, the same scenario took place at the Fort Lauderdale Renaissance. Again, they went out for dinner and drinks after work. But there, this woman was pressured to go to his hotel room. What was the pressure? Was he the one pressuring her? Was somebody else pressuring her? If he was the one pressuring her, why isn't the lawsuit necessarily against him? So after the first incident, because it's against the company, right? So after the first incident, she was willing to go out to dinner with him again. And after the first incident, she was willing to go out to dinner after work and have drinks with him again. So you already felt maybe uncomfortable with this dude last time. So then why would you, after work hours, decide to go to dinner and drink with him again? Obviously, if he keeps taking you out to dinner and keeps asking you up to his hotel room, either he doesn't know how to read the room and is heavily pursuing you, which at some point you need to set a clear boundary, or maybe there was a vibe and maybe she didn't want to lean all in because she knew he was married. I don't know. I feel like there's more to this story, though. So it also doesn't sound like they actually did anything. It sounds like she felt pressured to go to his hotel room, but she didn't. So if he feels like a creep, why continue to go out for dinner and drinks with him? It sounds to me like she told him she wasn't interested in sleeping with him. So what, a man made in advance and you shot him down? Again, he sounds like a creep that probably cheats on his wife, but cheating on your wife isn't illegal. It's immoral, it's wrong, it's icky, but it doesn't necessarily make it illegal, and it doesn't entitle you to a lawsuit compensation of damages, right? This dinner and drinks thing happened again on February 11, 2019 at North Fort Lauderdale Hilton Hotel, and again on October 1st, 2019 at the Marker Hotel in Key West. So, like, again, why do you keep going out with him? You clearly are keeping a track of all the times you willingly went out to dinner with him and had drinks with him and then refused to go to his hotel room. If he had that impression of you, why would you continue to engage in that behavior? Like, bring a friend with you to cut out any, like, romantic or sexual tension. Or, you know, tell him that you have other plans and you can't go to dinner outside of work hours. Or go to dinner and don't have drinks so that you kind of have a clear head and can set that boundary. I feel like this lawsuit might be a bit of a cash grab. Again, it's not specifically towards him. It's about the company. And he's just listed in the lawsuit as examples of, like, this toxic work environment. So I can't speak to the company culture overall, but the Jason stuff does sound like, yeah, he's a douche, but it appears a line was never actually crossed or that a boundary was actually set. And she's a sales rep. He's a wine rep. Now, if the company told her, if her company, her boss, specifically told her to sleep with him to get Vanderpump Rosé on top shelves of the bar at this Key West hotel, that's different, right? And I would like to see explicitly where the company said, hey, bang this dude to get his wine on our shelves. But what would his motivation even be? He's the one trying to sell the wine onto her. Why would he put that type of pressure on her to sleep with him? She has the upper hand in this business transaction. He needs the shelf space for Vanderpump Rosé. She's the gatekeeper to the shelf space, from my understanding. So what would be his motivation in ruining this client relationship if, one, he wasn't given a specific impression because they've continued to go out for dinner and drinks, or two, I think there's more to the story. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I being a little too critical of this? Drop a comment below if you're watching this on YouTube, or just let me know. Slide into the DMs or leave an Apple Podcast review if you're listening to this on the podcast.